Hello, everyone, and welcome to the talk by Elevation and Fan Day Nation. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Devontae Ford. He was a former hurdler at Texas Tech, and he just recently graduated college. Now, before we meet him and dive into his future, what he did, what he's going to do, if you're a parent athlete with dreams of competing at the next level, the right exposure can make all the difference. Fan Day Nation creates professional highlight reels, personal brand strategies, and social media content that gets recruiters' attention. We handle the production so you can focus on training, competing, and winning. Opportunities don't just show up, you've got to go get them. Start today at fandaynation.com. Well, thanks so much, Devontae, for joining me today. How are you?
I'm feeling great this evening. How are you?
Good, good. Well, I just want to say congratulations on graduating. How are you feeling after graduation?
Thank you so much. I feel amazing. Oh my goodness. A long 4 years of collegiate athletics. You don't know what it does to your body. I wake up whenever I want now, so it's amazing.
Awesome. Now, before we talk about your future, let's talk about the past a little bit. Obviously, you were a D1 athlete for 4 years. Um, what drew you to hurdling in the first place? When did you start and how did you end up at Texas Tech? I know you were at Illinois before, so talk about that journey.
Started hurdling. It's not much to it. It's a funny little story though. I started running track my freshman year of high school. I was absolutely horrible, like the worst of the worst. And I was in the hallway and I seen this really good guy hurdling, and I told my coach like, "Oh, I can do that." He's like, "Right, go try." And so he's like, if I could run between the hurdles in such amount of time that I could like leave practice early, something like that. So I go out there and, most people when they first start trying to hurdle, they do like this weird type of jump. But I actually like had some type of hurdle to me. He's like, wow, okay, like, you're going to be a really good hurdler. Whatever you say. And so that's how that started, honestly. It was a big accident, but I mean, I'm glad it went that way. And so from there, I progressed, went on, did really good my senior year at one state. Went to Illinois for 2 years. I did pretty well there. All Big Ten, scored at conference, did the big things. And then I transferred to Texas Tech. I had to leave Illinois. Things weren't working out too well between me and some coaches. And so I transferred over to Texas Tech, and it was the greatest decision of my life.
Awesome. And now you just graduated from Texas Tech. So what would you major and minor in, if you could tell us?
My major was communications. I had because when I transferred, I had to change up.
Got it. Gotcha. Back to hurdling. Can you walk us through a challenging moment in your career and how you overcame it? I guess it can be about yourself as an athlete or just about yourself in general.
Oh, as an athlete, your whole journey is just filled with challenges day in, day out. But I would say one that really stands out is I actually tore my hamstring this past season. I was the best indoor season of my life. I was in the best shape of my career, and I tore my hamstring right before championship season indoor. And so coming back mentally from that, it was just as hard as it was physically. Waking up every day, having to go to rehab, train. I was struggling to walk. I was in so much pain, and just trying to stay positive while also moving forward every day was like a big challenge. But I put my head down. I stayed faithful, and I made sure that every day I worked hard. I tell myself that eventually, we would get through it. There was light at the end of the tunnel, and so I worked. But even after I came back, when I started back competing outdoor, I was not performing like my past self. Not performing how I knew I was going to before I got injured. And so it was really, really tough. But I had a good support system. My coach stayed faithful in me. Like I said, I stayed faithful in myself, and I believe that as long as you keep working hard and trusting yourself and, stand with the process, things will work out eventually. And at conference, thankfully, I actually ran my fastest time in my career, not even just this season. I ran my fastest time in my career out of nowhere in the finals. And so that was very exciting. I had a really big conference meet, scored a bunch of points. It was a big reason we actually won conference, honestly. And so, it was just all that hard work and pain paid off. And hey, we made it through that big injury.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Not only just coming back from an injury and not being able to get to your self that you were before, but getting that record is amazing. So congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How has just being a college athlete in general shaped your mindset and prepared you for the next phase in your life?
I would say it's definitely increased my work ethic. Coming into college, I was naturally a hard worker. I'm always a hard worker, but you really see the product of your hard work as a collegiate athlete.
Hmm.
That's a big thing. And also just like you learn the importance of networking, you realize that you're going to see the same people. You never know how many people you're going to see. A lot of times, you notice that people you raced in high school at a random meet, some point in college, you're going to go and race them. And you find out by accident. Like I remember I was at a really big meet, it was conference, and I looked up this guy and I actually seen that we had raced like 5 years prior. I was like, wow, like, that's actually so crazy. And so you learn the importance of connections in college and like how everybody is connected and just working hard pays off.
Absolutely. Now, going into after graduation, what are you doing now? What are your next steps for the future?
Right now, I'm honestly still figuring this world out. Um, I recently decided that I wasn't going to continue to pursue an athletic career. I'm just moving on to the next chapter of my life, using my talents in different ways. So right now, I'm still heavy into the content creation, putting a little more effort into that now, and then I'm trying to get into the social media area, work with some brands, work with some companies, but behind the camera, more so instead of like always in front of the camera, just learning how to manage social media, things like that. Just practicing my skills honestly now outside of athletically.
Yeah, just going into that and stopping your athletic career to stop so suddenly, which you've been used to all your life. What's that process being like getting used to that?
Honestly, as much as I want to tell you something fancy, like, oh yeah, it's a struggle, it's hard. It's been the greatest time of my life. I sleep in. I've been eating what I want to eat. I ate a burger for the first time in 7 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So I've been eating whatever I want, waking up whenever I want, and just like, taking a little time to enjoy what's around me a lot more. I do miss it a little bit because, you realize just how long 24 hours is whenever you're not an athlete anymore. It's like I have this whole day. And so I've been trying to like fill my time, get different little hobbies, things like that. But I've just been enjoying the transition a lot.
Yeah, for sure. You said you had a burger for the first time. Are you worried about getting that freshman 15 a little after college because you're not going to be in shape as you much anymore? So you're still keeping working out and everything.
Not really. Actually, despite like what I thought would happen, since I've stopped competing, I've actually gotten significantly smaller. I got like a little big for like it's been about 3 weeks now. I was eating crazy for like the first week I finished, and I got a little big, and then out of nowhere, like I look like I lost about 10 pounds now. I hate it.
Oh no.
Probably gonna get in the gym to stay bigger, honestly.
Yes. Do you see any types of athletics continuing in your life, either if that's mentoring or training or coaching, anything in the future like that?
I would say after doing it for so long, it's definitely always going to be part of my life. Like all my social media handles, everything I'm known for is related to my track and field career.
Hmm.
Trying to branch away from it, but it'll always be a part of me. And so, definitely no coaching. I yeah, I can deal with another version of myself. I can't. But definitely, probably in the media world, I'll probably stay within athletics, work with different sports, things like that. Maybe mentoring. I already do talk to a lot of young athletes, help them out, things like that, guide them. And then with NIL becoming increasingly popular, a lot of those people look to me because I was a big part of that in track and field world. And so just helping out with the NIL space, things like that. But sports will always be a part of me, honestly. I'll go to the meets and watch things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. How important is NIL for athletes, and why should more athletes be encouraged to do that and kind of get into that to get their name out there?
I would say NIL is probably the most important thing as a college athlete because it's just so it helps. It's a whole world. One, it increases your compensation. You make money, obviously, or whatever, But outside of just getting paid, it's exposure. You learn valuable skills. You learn how to communicate with brands and companies and things like that. You learn the professional world. Every skill that I've mastered and learned started off with my NIL deals. When I talk to companies and brands now, when I go to job interviews and things like that, all of these skills, they tell me that I look so well seasoned, but it's because of the NIL deals I've done in the past. And so it's so much deeper than just making a couple of dollars, making some money. And also on top of it though, you're a college athlete. You want to make money.
Yes.
You know? And you never know how big you can make it because I remember when I first started out, I made $10 my first NIL deal. I was making I was making $10 for my NIL deal. So to finish out, like I've made videos for well over $2,000 now. But at that time, it was like, man, they're gonna pay me $20 for this video. I was so happy. I was like, $20 for me to post a video.
Yeah.
Well, you never know how far you can go with it. And so honestly, it's very good for an athlete in the character development.
Yeah, absolutely. And just on top of that, social media as well. Obviously, you have a pretty big social media following. What's your encouragement to others to make sure they do that for themselves as well for their athletic career?
Stay authentic. Don't try to look perfect for social media. Nobody likes perfect at all. Like perfect isn't going to get you anywhere. If you're authentic, you stay yourself and you stay transparent, people will follow you. You will find your people. It might not seem like in the beginning, you might be like, oh, wow, like, why would I post myself losing or why would I post a bad? People want to see that because then they can relate to you. They feel as if you're human too. They know this is a genuine person, not just trying to, get people to follow me and be fake. And so that's honestly how my journey started off really well. Like, you post the wins, the losses, the good races, the bad races, you talk about it, you accept it all because that's what life is, honestly. There's good and bad to it. So just stay authentic and you'll go for it.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. What would you tell your freshman self if you knew everything that was going to happen right now in your life? What would you tell them?
Be a little more patient because I was so patient. And honestly, I probably would have taken a few more opportunities because when I was younger, there were so many opportunities I turned down. But also understand your worth. Because while I was chasing different price tags and things like that, a lot of times I didn't know my worth also. And so I would take lower deals once I became worth more than what I thought I was, I would take lower deals not knowing that like I could actually be worth more than that. But I missed out on a lot of opportunities because I was like, oh, no, like that's not enough money and things like that. But it's more to it than just.
Yeah. What would you like to do long term or short term right now?
If in my perfect world, if I could do some type of social media management, that would be amazing. But I don't know. I simultaneously want to be in front and behind the camera.
You can do both. Just do both.
I want to. And
Yeah.
so I want to try to do content creation also too, and just like do freelance work with companies and brands and things like that. But like I said, behind the camera and in front of the camera are both my forte, what I want to do. And so anything media related, honestly, just get my feet wet right now. Fresh out of college, I'm ready to start building the life.
Yeah. Are you starting to apply to jobs and everything like that?
Oh, you don't know how many jobs I've applied.
I hear that.
So it's so bad. But I mean, I've had really good luck. Well, recently I had a there was this job that I had applied for, and I'm like 90% sure I was gonna get it. And they were like, "Oh, we're reaching out, like we're sending the emails, like we're trying to like follow up with you." I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm not sure, I'm not getting them." So then, like months later, we found out my email was spelled wrong on my resume.
Oh no.
Yes, it's
Oh no.
so bad. And so with the same
Well, now you know you'll never make that mistake again.
trust me, they sent it, they told me, and I tell you, I fixed it within 2 seconds. Like,
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Yep. Because now you have all these resumes out there with your email wrong on them.
you know how embarrassing that was? It was so bad. But I think
I'm so sorry.
with the same company though, I'm actually I'm gonna do an internship with them now. And so I just accepted it like right before I got on here with you actually. So
Oh my gosh, awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, that's awesome. Now that you have, you've gone through being a D1 athlete, you just got an internship. How would you define success at this stage in your life? And has that definition changed from when you were competing?
so right now I would say success is being able to take care of myself and just provide and help my family out. While also simultaneously building a reputation and building my resume up. So landing some kind of position that, helps me direct my creative talents and not be put in a box. That can happen. If those things can happen, then I think that's a great place to be in right now. That's changed very much from my athletic career because at that time it was just, hey, wherever will get me the best or whatever give me the farthest. and whatever will pay the most. And so things definitely changed. Now that I've graduated, I'm a lot more patient and understanding. And I'm not, I would say, as greedy maybe. No, I've matured a lot more now. It's not all about price tag and me, and right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good thing to realize as well. What excites you most about the next step of your life, especially this internship, and also what scares you?
Excites me the most is just like just seeing how my life pans out without the athletic side, for basically my entire life, honestly, because I started in high school, but things before high school you don't really think about. You don't think about life a lot. And so ever since like you've grown up and been a teenager, after that it's been track. Everything I did was what can I do to be better for the next season? And now it's like, wow, like how can I use these other talents? Like what do I actually enjoy outside of working out and running? And how could I find a way to enjoy life, spread positivity, and be a good person without running track? And so I'm just very excited to see how what route I end up going and how life pans out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Scared, honestly. Oh, it's gonna sound like I'm trying to be like a fake superhero, but nothing really scares me right now in this stage of my life. Like I'm just excited for everything. Like I mean, yeah, like I'm just excited for everything. Like I haven't how most athletes talk about the post athletic trauma, like whenever you stop and like what's the word?
Like
Self
post syndrome, like you're not something like that. Yeah.
the identity crisis. They say most athletes have when they finish their sport. I'm not having that. And maybe it's part due because of the social media and like, I've always had my own like I don't look at my social media like it's tracking me. I look at my social media as if it's like a reiteration of me, like, And so I feel great, like, just like, hey, like I closed up that chapter. I did amazing. Like I was world class in my event. And so it's like I'm not leaving with any regrets. Somebody's like, oh, you're gonna quit now. But it's like I'm young and there's so many more talents I have. Like I'm a great guy. I want to explore my other talents like outside of my physical abilities.
Well, good for you for realizing this very early on. Also, you just graduated a few months ago. Do you think that also has something to do with it? Maybe you haven't given yourself enough time to miss it yet, or do you think your mindset will stay like this?
Um, Speaking of not enough time, I actually graduated. I ended up graduating 2 weeks ago
Two
because
weeks ago. Oh my gosh.
we're not allowed to we can't walk in spring because we have conference.
Oh, gotcha.
And so
Okay.
we always have to stall and take one summer class.
So you really haven't had enough time to miss it.
I just walked the stage literally like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I figured you had graduated, when everyone else did.
No, it's been a while. I mean, it hasn't been long. But no, I think I'll stay like this, like especially since I ran at USA's. I think that was really like what helped me out a lot because I ran at probably the second biggest stage there is, honestly. The only thing bigger than that is the Olympics. And you know, although that would have been a dream to do that, I've still competed at a very high level that 99.9% of people that have done the sport can't say they've done. And so I think I'll keep the mindset of I'm enjoying it and I'm glad that I closed it when I did.
Yeah. How was running at that level and with that competition?
Oh, it was so surreal. When we're back there, I got so many pictures. I took pictures back there. Literally, my coach walking me up about to race, and it was just so nice, like to see that I've came from, like I told you, the freshman boy who was the worst of the worst. Now I'm literally lined up side by side with the Olympic champion, like literally. And so, like, wow, I've really come a long way, and I was just everyone called me crazy. They told me things I would never do. I got so much hardship because I believed in myself, and it's like I really, really like did the things I said I was gonna do. It's a great feeling. It's an amazing feeling to see that, to be in the moment and realize, wow, like I actually accomplished this, and I'm grateful to be here for this opportunity.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. What is a common misconception people have about student athletes? And what would you like to clear up?
A lot of people think that we don't do our own homework and things like that. Like people think that we just breeze through college and teachers pass us, but no, like It might be like that in high school for some people, but it wasn't even like that for me in high school. But no, when you get to college, no professor is passing you because you're an athlete. Like anything, they're hard on you. Like I had a professor literally not give me an extension when I sent proof that like I did the paper, I mean the homework and everything. And she's like, no, you're an athlete. You need to learn that the world is real and everyone doesn't cater to you. And I said, ma'am, what does me being an athlete have to do with this? Like, I tried to submit it and it was not working and things like that. And she was just very stern on me. So honestly, I would say being an athlete, it's harder to go through college. Like they don't care about that.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I was gonna ask you, what has been your favorite win, and what has been your favorite loss?
Uh, my favorite win was not. It's actually not a win, but I did medal. I would say my favorite one would be conference. This past year, the 110 hurdles, only because there was so much adversity behind that race. Literally, like minutes before I raced, I was struggling to even make it to the first hurdle, like in the warm up. And me and my coach is just like, "Hey, we made it to the finals already, so we're just gonna go out there and trust God." And so my coach is like, "I believe in you. Like you'll be fine. You'll be good. So let's go out there and run." And I was like, "Okay, coach." So that's definitely my favorite because that's when the whole story came together. That's when I just did it all. I did what I wasn't supposed to do, and so it was amazing. My least favorite, oh my goodness, would definitely be my last collegiate race. Goodness, when I tell you that race was so bad, I was tired. I had busted my knee up in the race before that earlier that day. And so I had made it to the first round of nationals in both hurdles. And I was running the 400 hurdles and it was horrible. It was my worst race of the season. I was so sad. I was distraught, literally. But it's life. You live and you learn.
You live and you learn. That's right. All right, my last question for you before I let you go is, how do you want to be remembered?
Um, Inspirational. I want everyone to remember me as the guy who helped people accomplish their dreams, move forward in life. I want people to remember me and say, "Oh wow, like I wouldn't have been able to do this without him." He inspired me. He helped me so much. He was so kind. He was so passionate about everything he did. And so I just want to be positive. I want to leave a positive impact on the world and be remembered in a great way.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Devontae, and congratulations again. Your 2 weeks of freedom there after just graduating. So I hope you have a good one. And this has been Elevation, the talk at Fan Day Nation, and everyone have a good one.